Maggie.
Go.
Maggie. All right. Well, welcome to another Park Hopper Show with Paul and Jenna and
Kathy.
Yes.
We have a guest on the show today.
Woo. We
have Kathy. She is a friend and another agent in our agency, Visit Mickey Vacations. And she took time out of her day today to come talk to us today about Adventures by Disney. We haven't really gotten into this yet.
No, because
we've never been.
That's right.
But it
we
is
try not to speak
another
on things we're not experts at. So
it's another vacation option that Disney has to offer that a lot of people don't know about. Adventures by Disney is all over the world, and Kathy has had been on three,
booked on fourth,
and booked on her fourth. So she came in today to tell us the fun stories and experiences that she has had. So we're going to hand it over to her. Be our guest, Kathy.
Well, as you know, they have over 50 destinations worldwide. And right now, the big key is domestic because we're still waiting for things to open internationally. I've been on, like you said, 3, 2 of which were the same, but 5 years apart.
Okay.
So what I was really impressed with that was it was different. Same format, a little bit different itinerary. But pretty much it was a new trip. That's what was nice about it is it was a different experience. And then I got the utmost pleasure to go on a Danube River cruise. Now, if you're not a cruise person, like a big ship out on the sea,
Not Jungle Cruise.
not a jungle.
I'm a big Jungle Cruise person.
It's always his favorite.
No, actually a little bit bigger than Jungle Cruise, but not as big as a cruise ship in the sea. It's wonderful. You can see your land on each side. A lot of people don't like that they're out in the middle of the ocean. And it's intimate. I want to say we had, at least on ours, it was a family one. They do adult exclusives as well, where it's just adults. I'm going to say, I may be underestimating, about 75 people. I mean, it was very intimate.
Oh, wow.
2 or 3 floors, but we got to know everybody. That's why I feel like it was.
And your
Ooh, I'm
ship
out
is
again.
only Disney. It's
It
only
is
Adventure
only
by Disney. People.
They partner with Alma Waterways.
Okay.
And they have a Rhine River, a Danube, a Seine. Do you remember the other one? Because I can't remember. Those are the primary ones. Those are the primary ones that that the river with Alma Waterways. I think they are trying to add another one.
Okay.
So, but it's very intimate. What I like to tell people about Adventures by Disney is it's a product that you can love Disney, but it's not like the theme parks.
Right.
This sounds kind of funny, but it's not Mickey's. There's no characters.
That's what I tell people too. Yeah.
It's not Mickey surrounding you. It's not characters, but there's Mickey touches, and there is tremendous Disney quality service. But you do get little pins that I don't know if you can see that, but that was
We talked about these
Austria.
in our last show. We had a souvenir episode.
Oh boy.
When we talked about trading pins.
It has not come out
Well,
yet.
here
but
you
that'll
can
be-
see Daisy is in Austria. And I got that on the Derby River Cruise. You get Danube River Cruise. Thinking about Derby still.
Kentucky Derby.
So
Sweet.
you get one every night. So it's a Disney touch.
You get one every night.
You get one every
Wow.
night. Quite honestly, if you don't collect pins, you could probably make some money off them.
Yeah, I'm
they're
sure.
collectors.
Right.
You don't get them unless you're on an AVD. You also get these really cool ones for every time you go. Like I'll get my fourth, a little gold star fourth one.
Oh, that's fun.
And it's addicting.
Yeah.
I mean, once it's just like cruising. You know, once you have this experience, and if you have a bucket list of places you want to go, I definitely, recommend this. They're immersive. We made goulash in Budapest. It was a family contest. Sometimes it's tied to movies. We got to go to a couple of locations for Sound of Music.
I was so jealous of that.
Yeah.
That looked beautiful.
That's an example of how you get into exclusive places that you can't get into. The other tour that we went to is Disney based, and it's Behind the Magic. I'll tell you how I found out about this, and this was before I was working with the company. I was searching for a movie studio to take our son to, who's in the film industry now, and we had seen most of them, but of course we love Disney, so we're like, tour of Walt Disney Studio. And I found a blog that was from somebody that had been on Adventures by Disney. You get on Behind the Magic exclusive entrance into Walt Disney Studios, Imagineering, behind the scenes at Disneyland.
That's the only way to do it,
That's
isn't
it
it?
is.
That's
It's
the only way you can get
do
into
it.
those.
That is-
Because
it-
we
the
looked at the
general
same
public.
thing. When we went to LA last year, we looked into doing
right.
that. And we were like, oh, you have to do Adventures by Disney.
Yeah, there is no public access, public tours like some of the others, other studios. And then it's immersive. You'll get to the high points in different places. Going down the Danube and seeing historic places in Austria, and but it's unique. You learn a lot of history. The other thing that's great on family trips, they have junior adventure, or your children are junior adventurers. They call them, the tour guides are adventure guides.
Okay, right.
They're not your tour guide. You'll have some that are initially, employed by Disney. I'll get back to the junior ones in a minute.
Okay.
But you have local. They literally go in and get local guides. Obviously have to pass the Disney quality. Very, charismatic. Not too boring. This is a picture of this. And,
They're storytellers.
They are.
They're
Perfect.
storytellers. Yeah.
Perfect. And but while the adults are choosing to go to museums and historical places and wanting to learn, the kids get to go learn how to do the waltz. They get to go. Let's see, what did they make? Like an apple pastry or something. You'll learn.
Oh, my kids,
Actually,
yeah.
I think we all got to do that, but there's something for everyone. The kids don't have to do that.
Okay.
If you've got somebody that's like, I'm not leaving mom and dad.
Right.
It just truly is immersive, adaptive. Obviously dietary needs. They ahead of time, you let them know if you have any restrictions or needs.
So speaking on the food, it is all included.
All inclusive.
Now, every now and then you might have a dinner on your own. Is that
Correct.
right? Okay.
I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. And that's kind of nice because, you get that personal touch with a smaller, if you've got a husband that you want to do a romantic dinner, it's nice to have a little bit of
Right,
time on your
right,
own to
right.
explore, and they'll give you recommendations and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So,
So on the cruise, on the
Sure.
Danube cruise, you wake up in the morning. I think I saw pictures of a beautiful breakfast that was set out for you. And wasn't there like music or entertainment?
at night in the lounge
Okay,
area,
okay.
there was music in there. Again, local, ethnic, to where you're at, entertainment, and yes, the meals were amazing. Order from a menu at night
Okay.
for dinner. Lunch was usually out. They'd either have a place on our itinerary, or you would have it on your own. Then breakfast was amazing. Now, I'm anxious to see what we find
Right.
out about with COVID, how they're going to adjust both cruise ships and any kind of buffet.
Right.
We know that the parks
Right.
are already adjusting to that. So I know
Okay,
you can't eat all and do all you eat.
I heard-
No, they take that back. There's the family style.
They
world.
still have
They'll-
family
they'll
style.
Keep
They'll keep bringing it
to-
out, but it's per table. Yeah. I don't know how they'll do that on Adventures.
I heard there was open soft serve ice cream at the last one. That's what
He was really excited about the cruise
love
line
those.
having the soft serve.
I was like, wait a minute, I changed my whole mind on the cruise game event. So, well, I like the idea that we also talked about how, as much as we love our kids, sometimes you're on a trip and you're just like, I just need you to go do anything else. That sounds great that they actually have like a fun. Because
They're not just being babysat.
Kids don't love
they're
museums necessarily,
experienced.
especially
Right,
younger
yeah.
kids.
They're not
so
sitting around
Right.
coloring,
Right.
or you
Right.
know, they do have kids. Even if the kids want to go with their families to dinner, they have a kids area, or again, they go back, on the lower deck, and they have all kinds of kids food.
No,
If the kids choose
Oh, nice.
That's good because
to choose, they don't always, like the adult choices. They
Well,
like
my wife would
and
get that.
Disney's always good about that. I tell
Yeah.
people when you go.
Oh yeah, you can always
any-
get French fries.
Yes.
tendies. That's right.
Hot dogs.
Some chicken tendies. While my wife would like the extravagant something ethnic. I'm like, corn dog, get a corn dog. Corn dog for dad. That would be nice. So
Yeah.
I understand.
The North American ones that are the ones that are going right now that I've heard about from different people is the Montana one. You're literally, immersed in a cabin. You can even camp. I call it glamping.
Glamping, yes.
And you see some amazing natural,
Yes.
pieces of America. And then I think there's, and I'm trying to think of where the Dude Ranch is. There's one.
Is it
I
Wyoming?
think you're right.
Yeah.
Wyoming.
So these aren't just like we were talking
So now
about
you're
cruises heavily.
parked
There's
in a
actually
spot,
just these
right.
are actual just like vacation spots within the country that you can
Correct.
go. Okay.
You may move. When I did the Behind the Magic, we had 2 different hotels.
Okay.
And of course, we have the big buses that take you wherever. We did Behind the Magic actually started in Hollywood, literally down by the Chinese Theater. An amazing hotel. Everything's top notch.
So that's a good
accommodations.
point. When you set the itinerary, they tell you this is where you're going to stay,
Yes.
and it's always the best hotel in that area.
Yes,
it's
it
an
is.
amazing accommodation.
It is. And basically, we toured the Hollywood, LA area. Not a lot. I think we were there for a day. We started there. They always have dinners, kickoff dinners, and goodbye dinners. You really get to know the people that you're traveling with, and so you may have more than one hotel. They may move you, whereas the river cruise is great because you're
parked.
You're parked. Your room goes with you.
Right.
So that's nice, but they're always top notch. The one that I'm booked on is we had to cancel because of 2020, but our 25th wedding anniversary and a friend's retirement, we are going to Italy and the Amalfi Coast, and God willing. And
Tortilla Joe's. You can.
say again.
Sorry. So we have a running joke when we went to Disneyland and we saw Tortilla Joe's, the
not-
restaurant
yeah,
near
not Italian.
downtown Disney. I walked by and I was like, Tortilla Joe's! And my husband was like,
It's Mexican
it's
food.
Mexican, not Italian.
Yeah. So,
So yes, not
You
Tortilla
actually-
Joe's in Italy.
but actually, the real Italy. That's yeah.
The real Italy.
And we'll have 2 different landings, if you will, or hotels. And then we'll actually do some boats to the different places on the
nice.
Amalfi Coast. They will adjust the itinerary if there's reasons to, but a lot of it, if they adjust it, are surprises.
Oh.
They want to do that Disney magic
Yeah.
and have surprises. One of them in the California tour, we got to see the carousel that Walt's kids rode on when he was sitting on the bench
that's
when
cool.
he envisioned Disneyland.
So my parents did it. They no longer have it, but they did the San Diego Adventure.
Okay.
San
San
Francisco.
Francisco Adventure by Disney. Thank you. They did it on their way down to Alani, and so they did that too. They saw the carousel and the bench, the park bench that he was sitting on.
Yes.
When he
Yes.
so fun.
And the other year that I did that, it was Walt's trains.
Oh wow.
And this is all in Griffith Park.
Okay.
So I know the bench.
Oh.
The bench is at the Family Museum.
Okay.
The carousel is, and it's been closed up. The train station opens up about once a week. The group
Okay.
that he left, in fact, the gentleman that we met that runs the carousel, I'm getting off a little track, but he unfortunately passed away. So it's in question as far as what are they,
What are they
what's
gonna
going to
do?
happen. So that was when I was saying the tours are different.
Gotcha.
Again,
Yeah.
5 years
Yeah.
apart, but the tours, they may not have been able to get in the train place that day or whatever.
Right.
But it's always, again, there's surprises, and that's why I would recommend don't read the blogs. Don't spoil it. Spoiler alert.
Nice.
Well, it's
Yeah.
cool because you're actually like out in the world,
Yeah.
but not because people think, oh, well, it's a set trip, but you're actually like it's like a Disney bubble going through like a
Yes.
big city where,
It is.
which is what I would like to be in if I was going through.
Me too.
Disneyland or somewhere.
Yeah, you trust Disney.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
you know you're safe. You know you're gonna get a good quality, you're going to get a good trip. So if you can take that around the world to other countries, that is amazing. So you've done Danube, you did California. What was your third one?
The California.
Oh, you did
twice.
California twice.
Yes. We started with the one with my son and family, and then I got to go on one after D23, which is the Disney convention.
That sounds super fun. We should podcast from there next year.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Austin is going to send us there. Upside, his roof company could send us there and sponsor it. Write it off.
That sounds fun. Okay, so do you have any fun experiences you want to share from any of those? Maybe like a fun night out that you had, or I know I saw a video, and it wasn't the one you were on that Trisha posted. Did they go to Germany, or they did Austria, didn't they? And then I saw a video of like her girls dancing with the dresses on and things like that.
I was getting ready to say Oktoberfest. It doesn't matter if it's October or not.
Okay.
You have an Oktoberfest night.
Oh, nice.
So we all, and I'm going to forget what the dresses are called.
Yeah, they have a name.
Lederhosen?
Is it a
Lederhosen? Is that?
That's what the men wear.
Okay.
That's what the guys wear. Dirndl, I think.
That sounds
You
right.
can tell us whatever. We
Whatever
don't know.
you
Yeah,
know.
we could just go with it.
So yeah, she actually, there were a couple of guests that knew, this is, unique, and so they had dirndls and lederhosen, and it was great, dancing, and it was a lot of fun. What are some other stories? I love the karaoke nights. Those are always fun. Kind of just something that was on the Danube River cruise.
What's the one where you paint in the artist's house? Do you remember that? It might be in Paris. You go to, what is his name? I should know this because I teach at a classical school. Monet? Is it Claude Monet's house and you paint a picture?
You could just make it up. We don't know.
I think it is.
I think you're right. It would definitely be a French.
Yeah, I
the
think
French dress, maybe on the Rhine.
Yeah, we'll have to check the details on that. But I think
definitely
I feel like it's Monet's house, and you go in and you have an easel and you paint.
No.
Another
It's ridiculous.
exclusive special time, and I'm blessed to have done it twice, is you get to go into Walt and Lillian's apartment where the light is in Disneyland.
We did that on a tour.
And I
yes.
still have chills.
It is amazing.
And they just they tell you about Walt's thoughts and what he said the opening day, and it's still giving me chills. And of course, I can't quote it correctly, but it was essentially, this is a dream come true. This is what I envisioned, and that kind of thing. So, and it just, several of us Disney fans were just like tearing up.
Oh my gosh, I was bawling. I mean, like sobbing. Our storyteller was so good. And Austin said there were men walking away, like dabbing their eyes, and kind of walking off, because she had us all just really, yeah.
So you've gotten to do it as well.
We did, when we went to Disneyland, we did walk in Walt's footsteps.
Okay, so they do.
It ends in his apartment.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's pretty special.
Well, I knew anything Disney, especially anything, you can't just, like you said, you've got to do it either a tour or.
It really
was a touching point that comes to mind as far as ABD.
That's sweet, yeah.
The first tour that I did, it was really cool. We had our closing dinner at Carthay Circle, and
Love Carthay
it was
Circle.
one of the first years they had World of Color.
Oh.
And it was when they had the Mickey hats that changed, the colors changed on
with
the
the
ears.
show, right?
And yes,
Yeah.
and of course that was our goodbye treat, and took us there. So it's just little touches. It's amazing. I'm really looking forward to the Italy one.
When is that?
That actually it's September of 2022. My son will actually be in college. It's hard to fathom, but because of the discount offer that they were offering with are offering, which they do.
Yes.
But this was because they wanted advance, and it was their biggest. They were selling out not all of them, but they were having their best year yet as far as introduction. Because I was talking to one. They call them vacationistas. Is your connection, if you will, and they guide you through the whole thing. check and make sure, you have your passport. They book your airline if you'd like them to, their air flight, which is nice because international in our case, it's kind of tough.
Right.
And then if you want to add on ahead of time, like if you want to come in early, they'll help you get housing, lodging, and if your flights are such that you want to stay, another night or whatever. So again, it's just super customer service, super quality. That's going to to help you.
And I've had a family do the Mediterranean cruise, and then we tried to book the short escape in Barcelona at the end of the cruise because it ended in Barcelona, and they wanted to do a short escape is like 3 or 4 nights, I think.
Right. It's kind of like an add-on and a lot.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of the cruises have. You have to definitely check into that. Because a lot of them have add-on activities.
Yeah, so you could do Adventure by Disney on top of your Disney cruise.
And if I understand correctly, because I've not had somebody do this, but while the others go off on excursions, you can do an Adventure by Disney excursion package.
That's exclusive.
That's exclusive. And I think that may only be open to past Adventures by Disney guests.
Oh, it could be. I don't know.
I don't think. As far as adding on, now if they have an add-on like what you were talking about, the 2 or 3 nights.
Yes, at the end of the cruise.
Anybody can do that.
Right.
But if I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong on that.
I don't know.
I may be wrong on that.
And then Trisha, she's the owner of our company. She did New York, and was it The Lion King or Frozen that she saw? I want to.
Frozen is the one that she saw, but she went back behind stage and got to try on different costumes from different.
Isn't that awesome?
Different shows. She kind of got to see, but I think
was she supposed to do that, or did she just slide back in the back because she was so excited?
She found the back door.
She was like, "Ooh, Snow White."
Well, she got pictures. All I know is she outed herself if she wasn't supposed to because there were pictures.
So the New York one is a shorter one.
It is.
3 or 4 nights, I think, and you do go to a Broadway show, whatever Disney Broadway show is going on, and you go backstage and you get to see the costumes and
they got to go
try
backstage
on masks and
because,
things like that.
Yeah, because Disney's owned by ABC,
right?
Or Disney owns ABC, right? They got to go behind the scenes with Good Morning America.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And then of course the anchors and people, the celebrities come out and talk to them. So I did know that was a part of it. The short escapes I think are limited right now because they're getting back to them. But there's a lot that are available out west right now. More
in Costa Rica.
Yes.
That's on my list. I see that monkey and I'm like, I want to go there.
You want to go there?
I don't even know what that means.
So, the picture they had advertising Costa Rica always shows like a girl with a monkey on her shoulder. I'm like,
I mean, you get close to nature on those.
Yes, zip lining and I think they have white water rafting and all that stuff.
I know another one that you're part of the Danube you'd love because I know you're a runner, but some of.
We use that term loosely around.
Oh.
My daughter more so than me.
Okay.
Sure, I'd love for you to call me a runner.
I apologize for.
Ignore Paul's laugh. Go ahead.
Well, do you like to ride bikes?
We do like to ride bikes.
Okay. Well, you can choose to, and the progressive video that this one family made was amazing. From one port to another port down the Danube.
Oh my goodness.
You can ride bikes through all the little towns. Of course, I chose to stay on the boat at that particular time. I want to go back and do the bikes. But they had a progression video that showed them as they were riding and all these little towns. And of course it's guided and your safety, Disney safety goes hand in hand. So a lot of the families chose to do that. So I thought that was, again, something that was cool.
That is really neat. I like that. Wow.
Well, circling back, karaoke night's your favorite night. What is your go-to karaoke song when you're on
Do you get up and do it?
I was just, it's funny, I was just getting the nerve up to do it, had my song picked, and somebody picked it. And then I didn't get chosen. It was more kids and that kind of stuff, and families all got up at once. Let It Go.
Yeah.
I don't have girls, but
that's
I love
a hard
that song.
one.
It's a tough one. But yeah, I think that's.
Are you a singer?
I have some history in it.
Oh, I see another episode coming.
Well,
Kathy part 2. Singing Let It Go.
Oh, no.
Just teasing.
No.
That's awesome. Oh.
So, that's cool.
Well,
so we should take a break and come back.
that's some good
with,
information. Yes, we're going to take a break and come back with a fun new segment. What are we doing? We're playing a game.
We'll come back. We'll talk
have some
about it.
thoughts. Yes.
All right, so we're coming back with, we're going to, I work at Disney, and I'm looking for a new attraction. We own almost everything entertainment-wise that's good, but we need some more attractions, and we own all the good IPs, so I'm going to have these nice young ladies pitch me something to put in the park, and guest choice, would you like to go first, or would you like Jenna to lead off?
Ooh.
I'm gonna let you lead off. You
All
have,
right,
you
all
have
right.
a little bit more time to think, but I'm gonna process. I'll listen and process my idea.
So, Mr. CEO of Disney Parks,
Oh.
I have an idea.
Please come sit down in my office. Yes, thank you. It's very brazen of you, but I like your.
I got an offer.
All right.
All right, so literally, since I was a little girl, I can't believe you brought this game up because I've always wanted to pitch this idea out. So maybe it'll go somewhere because
My
it's been
time
in my
is
brain.
money, and I'm very busy. I'm in charge of Disney. I don't know if you heard. I
Okay.
saw the sign in my office.
On Aladdin.
The
movie,
Are we
Aladdin.
talking about the cartoon or
No.
the live action?
Oh, no, not the live action, the cartoon.
Well, I don't like the way you dismissed.
I'm
our
not
newest
dismissing the
blockbuster.
live
You
action,
waved
but
it
I'm
off like
thinking
it
of when I was a
nothing.
kid.
Okay.
Cartoon. All right, Aladdin. When he is on the magic carpet trying to get out of the Cave of Wonders.
What happened to him?
That's all I got. That needs to be a ride. He's on the magic carpet and he's trying to get out, and it's up and down, and there's
Now, let me-
lava
let me-
coming
let me
at
stop
him.
Like what you see in Philaregic.
Yeah, kind of like that, where they're flying around. And then I think.
Let me stop you real quick.
Yeah.
Where are they flying out of?
Okay, so it's in the beginning.
What is the cave
Not in the
called?
beginning. The Cave of Wonders.
It's the Cave of Wonders, not the Cave of Wonders. They're not getting lost in. So that's a
Wonder,
strike.
okay.
You're aware at our park. You've been to our fine parks.
Yes.
We have a magic carpet ride.
Not that. Not up and down.
but it's got camels. They spit. Are
so
you
you're
saying-
in the Cave of
So you're asking
Wonders.
for a second magic
A
carpet
second.
ride at Disney.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe Disneyland.
Oh.
Or in the one you're going to put in Kentucky for us. The theme park you're going to put in Kentucky for us.
Top secret. You're not supposed to be giving away that information.
Okay, so you're
We'll
on
cut
the
this
magic
off.
carpet and you're trying to escape the lava and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You've got little Abu with you, and you try to fly out of the mouth of the cave,
Mm-hmm.
and he ends up going straight down, doesn't he? Do you remember this part of the movie? Because
Of course, I remember everything about Disney because
flip too,
I'm in
or
charge.
It
of-
doesn't flip.
At least the
Oh,
one
that's
in
a whole nother level.
Philaregic. And you're going underneath. I may be wrong on this. We may be thinking.
I think
a
you're
little bit.
no. I think you're
It
right.
sounds like PhilharMagic has actually got this covered. Have you ever been on PhilharMagic?
Well,
It's not. I like your idea.
But when I was little, I had not.
Mm.
So that was
But you've
my
since
thought.
been.
But
It's
I've
not
since
a
been.
first
But it's not
person.
a ride. It's a 3D show.
Now, this is a 3D show.
PhilharMagic is.
Oh, okay.
This is gonna be first person.
And ma'am, who
Yeah,
are you?
you
Are
are
you
on-
here with her? In my office?
I like the idea. I'm helping her. I like
my
her
assistant.
idea.
Okay, well, so would this be a traditional roller coaster ride, or is this a 3D? What are we talking?
Well, originally I always thought roller coaster, but now that we've got all these new simulator type rides, maybe that's a better option. But I think a roller coaster would be fun. Like she said, it goes upside down and you go down big drops and
What about like a Soarin' type thing, but you're sitting applesauce style? On
maybe. I still think a roller coaster would be
Maybe.
more fun.
All right.
So think on that and
Yeah,
let me know
I'll think on that.
what you
Okay.
come up with.
Okay.
That's always been my dream.
Okay, well, you can see yourself out. All right. Now, you like that idea, ma'am?
Yes.
Now, do you have something to pitch as well?
I do. Star Wars is so close to my heart.
Oh,
I
Star
know
Wars.
there's a whole
No,
Galaxy's
no,
Edge,
yes.
and there's
We can always put more stuff in there. That's good.
I think so. I think it would definitely, it's been a great success.
The hot dog with the relish, really, we could put a ride wherever they're selling that and get that restaurant out of here fast. So,
Well, one, we already have established trees, and I don't know what that makes you think of in Star Wars, but Endor, the forest of Endor.
yes.
Now, I am stealing a little bit of this from some leaked things way back when, but they thought,
Before
some
my
people
time here.
thought, I just want to take an idea and run with it. Let's put it that
I
way.
like that.
They were thinking it might be a speeder. Now, the speeder bikes, I
You
like.
were into hers and you were into mine.
She knew the name of the planet where these trees were.
Okay, sorry.
You didn't know the name of the cave from the thing of your childhood. So, yes, please go ahead.
So, kind of like the newest ride in Universal.
Oh, well,
Hagrid.
we'll cut that out.
Yeah, we'll
Universal,
cut that
what are
out.
we talking-
But since we talk Universal every once in a while, from what I hear,
She said it again. That's
It
two
is a
strikes.
fun ride.
it's the motorbike with the little ride car. So what I envision is essentially, and I guess in a way, they could even make it as great as Tron.
Oh.
Because this would be on a speeder bike and probably seat 2 people.
Okay.
Do I want it to be a simulator or a roller coaster?
Oh.
I think
We
it
are
probably
putting
could be
Tron
a
in
little
right
bit
now.
of both. I think Tron is the same way. A little bit of.
They're doing that a lot more with rides now.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
Ma'am, you've had your turn.
hey, I helped her. She can help
that's
me
true,
a little
that's
bit
true.
too. We're partners here. But you'd have Ewoks in it.
Oh.
You'd have to have some Ewoks. Everybody loves Ewoks. And to me, that's a great battle between the light side, the dark side. I'm a light side. My rest of my guys love the stormtroopers and the dark side and that kind of stuff. So I think that, and that's also one that they win. They don't get.
Spoilers. It's
Sorry,
only 40
if you haven't seen. Yeah, how old is this movie? So that's pretty much if they could
I
carve
like
out those trees and.
I'm going to have to ask you to stop, please, ma'am.
So that's my pitch.
Well, I love it, and you have my secretary write you a check for $1 billion for
Hey,
we walk out of here.
Magic carpets through the Cave of Wonders.
You're pushing it. Now, you mentioned Hagrid. Are there going to be a lot of birds on this? Because someone I know rode the Hagrid ride.
No, that was the Avatar.
Which
Or
one
the
were you
bird
scared of the
scared me.
birds? Oh, okay.
Avatar.
That's the one that crushed you in the seat?
And then
Okay.
in Flight of Passage, when you're up here and then the other bird attacks you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You're moving like that.
Oh,
I have to close my eyes.
She was in her seat too tight, too.
I was gonna say those seats can clamp you in. But
They make me
again,
claustrophobic.
safety. I shouldn't do.
So what would you want on your
That makes it sound like it's not important. It is very important, but I think that's
fighter bike? What's it called?
Oh, my goodness.
What's it called?
Speeder bike.
Speeder bike.
You are still
Yes.
here, ma'am.
On your speeder bike, would you have a lap thing or a shoulder thing?
Ooh.
They don't really go upside down.
What would you do?
they?
You're just sitting on a carpet.
Well, interesting enough, when speeder bikes crash, they do
Oh,
like that sound effect.
So would it crash?
But they all explode immediately when anything hits
Well,
them.
you hope not. Just
Sometimes
like
a rock
on
or a
Millennium
stick.
Falcon, you pray that you
Yeah.
don't hit a lot of things and get all tossed around.
Interesting.
But I do, from a safety perspective, I hate to say it, but I think that the Flight of Passage wouldn't be bad because, and I'm curious how they're going to do it with Tron. Have you heard?
I think
Oh.
it's lap, and the new Velocicoaster is lap.
It looks like a lap, but you lay
Really?
down on
Velocicoaster
YouTube
goes-
when they
What?
have you seen them do? It's in Japan, right? Tron.
But
Yeah.
they're opening one in Disney.
But they put it. It's a lap, I believe. When they sit down, though, you lean over after
yeah,
it's
you
in
lean
your
up,
lap. I
and that's
believe.
how
So, yeah.
Hagrid's is.
They don't put anything on your back. I don't believe. I think they just have you crouch.
Yeah, because Flight of Passage puts a little bit of pressure
Yes.
because you're
Little
running
bit.
over.
Once you're in there, I can't breathe. But Velocicoaster, which we're going to talk about later, it is just a lap, and it is upside down a lot. So that's what part of the thrill is that everybody is talking about is Mr. CEO of Disney just throwing
Did
this
you
out
get
there.
lost from a tour? Are you? How did you get into this office?
Is part of the thrill
Velocicoaster.
is you feel like you're going to fall out.
Wait, do we own Jurassic Park? That's a different company that you're talking about. The thrill is you're going to get thrown out.
Anyways, we're talking about rides. I'm just letting you know what else is out there, mister.
Well, as long as we're
Blame me. I'm the one who brought it up.
Yes, brand new billionaire. Congratulations. As long as we're talking rides,
And I still got $1 billion.
Let's talk about this Velocicoaster while we're here. That
we'll go ahead and do it.
Smooth. All right. Part of the thrill is that you might get thrown out.
No, not that you might.
But I mean, like that.
Okay, so here's the news. Breaking news.
You're so small in this. Can you sit up just a little bit?
Sorry.
She's not this tiny in real life. I'm not 8 feet taller than her, but we're using a GoPro video, so she's very.
Okay, so that was fun. Should we wrap that segment up?
That was fun. Let's wrap it up.
Who won?
Do you have $1 billion? No, then you lost.
Kathy won. But I do like that idea.
Okay, we already have 2 magic carpet rides. It sounds like at our park. So. Okay,
so we're moving on. We do have some big news that we wanted to share.
We are not pregnant because that's what it really made her sound like. Because again, we are married but not to each other. So this is not.
Anyways, a Velocicoaster at Universal. We're switching parks now because we are the park hopper. We hop around. Going to Universal, Velocicoaster is going to open June 10th, but they did a special preview this weekend for annual pass holders. I did get the email, but I did not get to go because we are actually going in a few days. We missed the days for the Velocicoaster ride. Honestly, I wouldn't ride it anyways. It's a little too thrilling for me, but there's a gnat in here. All of the blogs, everybody on the annual pass holder page is raving about this ride.
Yep.
We did have a girl in our agency that lives in Orlando get to ride it yesterday. And so the popular ride at Universal is Hagrid's. Everybody is saying it blows Hagrid's out of the water.
Really?
Yes. So it's in Jurassic
hadn't
Park.
heard that.
It's
I
the
knew it was
dinosaur. The experience, the what's it called? The stuff around you, the surroundings, all of that stuff. Sorry,
got it. You're welcome, the hunter.
Gnat in here.
I heard the queue's amazing.
The queue's
theming?
amazing.
Is that what you're saying, the theming?
The theming, thank you. Yes, the theming of it.
You said the things that surround you, the surroundings.
Or the theming.
You know.
I'm so good with words. So,
now, is this a roller coaster?
It's a roller
like a proper
coaster.
roller coaster? Like
it's
on a rail? Like
crazy roller coaster. Yes, smooth. It looks so smooth. It's a metal. And it goes upside down quite a bit, but it's only a lap.
Oh, no.
Now, somebody said it does come over you, but it's only on your lap. So I'm not sure how that works. There's nothing on your shoulders.
As long as you're going fast enough, it doesn't matter how. If you're going like 5 miles an hour upside down, it's bad. But gravity will keep you in your inertia.
Maybe.
Will keep you in your spot.
And
No, I'm telling you, yes. I wasn't asking you. I was telling you, don't worry about falling out. If that was.
the drop is bigger than the Hulk.
Everest. Oh, from the Hulk. Wow.
So by several, like 40 feet, I think. I mean, it's a big drop. And what everybody is saying is what's so thrilling is that you feel like you're going to fall out of your seat. I don't like
I'm
that.
not sure now. Oh my goodness.
I mean, you don't, obviously, but that's part of the lap part is like, it's so thrilling. I'm not going to fall out of this seat.
Well, I will say the difference between lap bars and the ones that go over your head. I've had the experience in Rock and Roller Coaster that my head bounces and it hits on, you know, because I'm shorter, and so I come out with a headache. I've had that. Now I've learned from experience to kind of try to hold my head from bouncing. But
Yeah, you can't do that on a big thrilling ride.
That thing on the lap bar, I mean, again, I'm sure it's safe, but I'm not sure if I want that kind of thrill. Feeling about
Well, for me, the biggest thrill of Space Mountain is I'm always nervous I'm going to hit my head, which I know is ridiculous because it'll never happen because there's people way taller than me. But when you see it with the lights on, you're like, this is very compact.
I hear a true Imagineering comment because I have a friend that's an Imagineer. I should say rest in peace because we lost him beginning of COVID. But Jono told us that that's part of the specifications in designing any kind of attraction is, they tell you to keep your hands and feet in the vehicle. Well,
there's a reason for that.
There is a reason for that. And it's not, I mean, you really can't get hurt even if there is going to be somebody who wants to go, wee, because they have a bubble built in.
Oh, it's an irrational fear. I'm aware, but I'm just
Right, but they, just know that if you feel close, that they have designed this with
There
that
are
Disney bubble.
specifications.
There's specifications that keep you from, because I've seen it with the lights on too, and I agree.
It's like this isn't a small spot to be this long of a ride. It just it makes a good use of the room.
It does. It
So-
does.
Wow.
One thought: if you ever get to Disneyland and get to ride Space Mountain when it's been converted to Hyperspace Mountain, again,
Oh.
Star Wars fan here,
You
amazing. So
When do they do
just
that?
a little tidbit on Space Mountain.
when do they do Hyperspace Mountain?
What was the?
Do they do that May 4th?
They should.
That's tomorrow.
I don't think. Yes, May the 4th be with you.
Oh, is it? I didn't even think about that. Wow, you're a Star Wars baby. Look at you.
I know.
It was when there was a huge convention, one of the conventions, the Star Wars convention, which our crazy family goes to.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, they had it for a while. I wish they would bring it back. I thought it was
fun.
wonderful.
I forgot about that.
Well, we've completely lost the Velocicoaster away. But then I have one Star Wars parting question then for you then.
Oh.
So big Star Wars everything. Why do Kylo Ren and Rey kiss at the end of that last movie?
Oh, geez.
He's convinced they're brother and sister.
No, I don't. Well, I thought they were until then, and I was like, again.
Which we had that thought too. Our family had that thought too.
Yeah,
that they-
Or at least
I
cousins.
thought that they were related somehow. I think if you think about it, they could, just like Jedi can do, the mind connections. And they could talk to one another, know things and they were feeling and stuff. I think that there was that tease of a connection. He was trying to get her to come to the dark side, and she knew there was good in him. Again, he was Han and Leia's offspring. So I think that's kind of that finishing of that arc and that tension there is what I think.
Yeah.
I think, I actually thought it was pretty cool.
That was the best nuanced answer I've heard of that at the end of that, because I went,
Well, they do kind of lead you to think that they're related.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then they have this romantic thing at the end.
As the CEO of Disney, that was the first thing that I said. No more of that. No. Now the park I put in Kentucky, the cousins married.
That's going to be fun.
That's what we do because that's where we're from, and that's,
I didn't like I really didn't like that she was the Emperor's offspring.
Oh, well.
I didn't like that. So I would have probably preferred, like you, something besides the two of them being romantically interested in each other. I was,
Well, there's only 7,000 books they could have drawn anything from, and this is what, Sorry, we're off topic.
Sorry.
You want to close it up?
All right.
We'd like to thank our guests for coming.
Yes,
You want to
thank
sing
you,
a song?
Kathy. That was great.
Sing it.
Adventures by Disney are so fun, so I'm glad we got to have
Sing it.
some
for
first-hand
having me.
experience.
Sing it.
It's a great, big, beautiful...
Be our guest.
Oh, be...
No, all right. Yes, Adventures by Disney. So, anytime you contact Visit Mickey, and that is not a separate thing, it's Visit Mickey and ask about Adventures by Disney to get Adventures by Disney taken care of. So, it sounds super fun. The way you say, like, you take that and add it on to other stuff, it's like a whole different pack. So you could do a Disney cruise, you could do Disney parks, and then you could throw this on top of that. So
it's a very little known product, I think. I think I would say to the viewers,
The dog, not
announce it, tell people about it.
Yes.
It's again, it's not anything. I think what Trisha likes to say is it's beyond the theme parks. So it's their following is getting larger, just like the cruisers. The people that love the Disney cruises. So, but yeah.
And I think they designed it with the thought of they want you to travel like Walt traveled.
Perfect.
I think that's one of the things they say is they want you to experience the world the way Walt experienced it.
Exactly.
And so that is very VIP and exclusive.
Absolutely.
And great quality. So thank you, Kathy.
Yes, thank you very much.
So good to see you.
Thank you.
it was nice to meet you.
It was very nice to meet you.
And
Thanks
now-
for having me.
Close it up with your
And
big sign off.
that's it. We still can't come up with a close.
If you would like me to book and plan your next trip for free, click the link in the description below. Thank you and have a magical day.